Welcome to the EventSentry Prerequisites training video. This is a fairly short training video where we're just going to go over the software and hardware requirements for EventSentry. So getting right into it, in the bottom left, you see the EventSentry server. So this is where you're going to be installing the EventSentry product with or without the built-in database. The Windows OS requirements are 2008 R2 or higher. Obviously, we recommend something a little more timely. 2016, 2019 are fine. But it will run on 2008 R2. So if you have some odd installation somewhere, that required that you cannot be upgraded for whatever reason, then it will work. The same goes for the built-in database. If you are going to use the Microsoft SQL Server database, then obviously there are different requirements depending on the version of Microsoft SQL Server that you're going to be using. So you'll have to research that. As far as hardware is concerned, usually we recommend at least 4 cores, since EventSentry does consist of several components that work in parallel. And of course, slightly more if you're also running the built-in database. So for a full-blown server that's running all components of EventSentry with the built-in database, 8 cores are probably a good bet or more. As far as memory is concerned, EventSentry itself doesn't need that much memory. A gig is usually enough, in addition to what you obviously have for the Windows OS requirements. So if you have a server that is just running EventSentry, nothing else, 8 gigs is usually a good choice. If you're also running the built-in database, then the number should probably be higher, 16 gigs or more. The clients have obviously fewer requirements. Any Windows XP machine is supported. It's definitely not the OS that we're targeting, so most of the functionality is available for Windows 7 and higher, knowing of course that even those are a little bit outdated at this point, but the EventSentry agent will fully install, fully work on any machine that's running Windows XP or higher. As far as servers are concerned, actually, matching with Windows XP, we support Windows 2003 as long as it has Service Pack 2 and higher. So those are pretty low requirements. So pretty much, EventSentry can be installed on any Windows machine that's out there. The installation of the agent does not require a reboot and does not have any requirements or dependencies on the .NET framework or anything else, Java, etc. So any Windows machine that you install out of the box and install, the latest, service packs on for the older OSs, you can install the agent without any issues. It will install and it will not require a reboot. Now, moving over to network devices. So here we're talking about printers, switches, firewalls, and so forth. Just for uptime reporting, of course, there's nothing required other than being able to ping that IP address. If you want enhanced monitoring, that means getting performance statistics, running processes, some system information, disk space usage, maybe toner level usage, and so forth. SNMP will have to be enabled on those network devices. EventSentry supports version 1, version 2C, and version 3. And for NetFlow, of course, for that to work, the firewall or switch will have to support the NetFlow protocol. We support NetFlow version 1.5.9 and IPFix. And those are pretty much all the requirements that we have. A common question, of course, is how much resource utilization can you expect from the EventSentry agent that will be installed on Windows-based machines? So laptops, workstation servers will run the EventSentry agents. And the answer is that under normal circumstances, you should not and you will not notice that the agent is running. It's an executable and a DLL file. Memory usage is usually around 80 megabytes, so under 100 megabytes, and CPU usage usually less than 1%. Obviously, it's a piece of software that's running on the PC. It is something that's running permanently and monitoring the system, so there is some resource utilization, of course, but it's developed and has been tweaked over a long period of time. It's developed in C++, and like I said, there's no reboot or no dependencies. So under normal load, which is regular, log and system monitoring, nobody should notice that the agent is installed on that machine. Thank you.